and welcome back to my channel. Today is Dressage Day and we're at the BD Area Festivals at Northallerton Equestrian Centre. We're doing Prelim 19 in the silver section and the weather is horrible. It's absolutely freezing and raining. Oh god, right, let's get going. So to save a bit of time, I did a section of his mane yesterday. As you can see, his mane is still long. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I was having a bit of a talk about this. And I still haven't chopped the mane, even though I probably should do. But anyway. I haven't done his forelock yet, but we do have some little meatballs. I actually don't think they're too bad. But now we have to get in deal with this. Raining. Anyway. So we are all packed up and ready to go. Oh, I'm nervous. So I've got about an hour and a quarter's drive. It's raining. Harry's got 2 rugs on. It's just a bit miserable, as you can see. Anyway, let's hope the weather is better at Northallerton Equestrian Centre. See you when we get there. Yeah, alright, gorgeous. So we have arrived at the venue. It's taken 2 hours to get here. So I'm running behind schedule a little bit. And as I've arrived, it is absolutely pouring down. It actually feels a bit like sleet as well. So I'm hiding in the back of the trailer with Harry. I'm going to tack up in a minute. Just found out that I'm in the indoor arena. Oh my god. They're running the outdoor and the indoor, and thank god we're in the indoor because it is horrid out there. So I've got an indoor warm-up ring and indoor for the actual test. So at least there's that, but it is not nice. It is so grim. And it's freezing. Anyway, I'm gonna crack on. So this is the arena walk, and this is just as I sat on them. I've literally just got on at this point. But the arena walk, if you've not done one before, is they open up the competition ring for about 10 minutes and it just gives you a chance to have a walk around and have a look. It's normally quite a big atmosphere at these big championships, and as you can see there's flowers and stuff around the edge of the ring. What I'm walking past now, there's a big glass box on 2 floors for the viewing and for the judges, and obviously there's another table to the side of the ring at E. There's just a lot to look at, so it can be really useful, especially if you've got a horse that is a bit spooky or a bit nervous, or even some horses who are a little bit sticky when it comes from going from the
a warm-up ring into the competition ring. It's just a really good exercise, and I absolutely try to make the most of it when I can do, you know, when it's available. So yeah, this is us having a plod around. He's already had a spook at that table. He's a little bit tense, and it's a good opportunity to have a good 10-minute walk and a stretch, a good look around, and then at this point I was hoping we'll go back to the warm-up ring and he should be a little bit more calm. So this is us in the warm-up, and as you'll have just heard, Harry was feeling really tense. As we were tacking up earlier, an entire hunt, like a hunt with hounds, came galloping through the showground, and the dogs were barking, there was horns, there was people shouting, horses in the fields were galloping, and Harry was just bronking and winning his head off as I was trying to get a saddle on him. So I was hoping that walk in the arena walk would have calmed him down, and it did, but to me he just still felt so tense. And although he looked relaxed here, for Harry he was just like tight. And when Harry gets tight and upset, what he tends to do is go wonky. So you'll see he goes more quarters in. He doesn't go as straight. He doesn't move through his shoulders as well. He's not particularly a spooky horse. It's more the way he carries himself. So I'm just trying to do loads of canter work. I'm just trying to burn off any nervous energy. Lots of changing of rein. Lots of transitions. And we got it back a little bit, but I couldn't get him to where I normally like to have him when I'm about to go into a competition, which was a shame, but still, it's all part of the learning experience. I mean, I never want to see another hunt again at a showground, but these things happen. He's just starting to give that. I mean, that was a nice bit of bend, but yeah, he just tends to go wonky on me. But yeah, I think we saved it as much as we could do. I mean, I only got about 25 minutes, 30 minutes to warm up. So there you can see wonky, look at that. And that's what he does when he gets tight and upset. He just kind of like, he bunches his muscles up and he doesn't move properly. So we are now in the competition ring and we're just about to start Prelim 19. So here we go. Down the centre line. And as you can see, he's faffing in his mouth, and I know that as I got towards the judges down there at C, he was just wobbling. I was really having to work hard to try and keep him straight. So again, that's just that tension and nerve playing in there. We then go on to a 15-metre circle at R. And I don't know if the judge picked up on it, but it felt a little bit egg-shaped for me. I just felt like he was falling out through his shoulder. Again, I was working really hard to try and cover these bits up. He looks a bit quarters in there. Then it's across the diagonal, which he rode better. I remember feeling like he was a bit straighter there. He still looks like he's a bit against my hand, but not bad. We now go on to the second 15-metre circle, and those corners do just help soften him. The bending just helps get him round my leg, but you can see he's fighting with me there again. Just keep seeing his mouth opening, but he did feel softer. We now go into the walk work, and for us, this is a little bit early on. I prefer it when the walk work happens after the canter, just because I feel like I get more time to work him in and get him to relax in like the new arena, in like the competition ring. Ready for when I do the walk. So you can see here he is fighting, his head's bouncing around. He could have more energy, but my hard work in the warm-up ring pays off, because look at this stretch. I haven't had my sheets back yet, you can't pick them up on the day, but I'm sure this walk must have scored us some good points, because to me he felt like he was moving really well, like really stepping through behind. He really stretched through his neck, so I was really happy with that. Anyway, we move on to more trot work. So it's forward to medium trot just before A. We then go on to a 20-metre circle, picking up canter over the centre line. To me, I looked a little bit late there, but it was still a nice transition. And he actually looks quite obliging. Like when you watch this, he looks quite soft. even though to me I felt like I had a lot of weight in my hands. I remember feeling like I just wanted to sit him up a little bit more. And obviously if I hadn't been in a test situation, I would have done a few more transitions to try and get him up and off. But anyway, we can't. So across the diagonal, and we're going to go back onto a 20-metre circle at C, picking up canter again as we go over the centre line. Nice transition. That looked fairly accurate to me. And this is his weaker rein. I remember thinking that I couldn't get him around my leg quite as much as I'd like. And then I think we had a bit of a spook, or he just felt tense there as we came towards the judges' table. He's really funny. He was fine with the table when there wasn't any people sat there. But then once we had the judges, look, you can see him looking there. That was his little spook. And then we've gone to another 20-metre circle where I have to give the rein and allow him to stretch. On the first half of the circle, I don't think he stretches so much. But then as we move on to the second half, although he's faffing and chomping a little bit, he is showing more stretch. So I was happy with that. That wasn't too bad. Although collecting him up afterwards wasn't quite as smooth as I'd like. And then we head back down the centre line. And you can see me there, I really put my leg on. I'm like, leg on and get straight. If you let him dawdle, that's when he tends to wobble. And then halt and salute. And you can't see it so much there, but that was the most perfect square halt you have ever seen. Like, his feet were so in line. But yeah, I was super chuffed. I was just happy I remembered my test. I was happy he behaved himself. Happy that it held the canter, because sometimes when he gets tense and tight, he can fall out of canter and back into trot. So I was happy, but also very relieved that we'd got to the end of that. And we got through our first championship. And there I am, super happy. Clever boy.
Happy?
And then as soon as you finish your test, you go straight out and you have to have your checks. So you have your bit checked and your saddle and girth and any spurs, just to make sure that everything's safe and the horse is happy.
So we've just done our test and it was all right. I've not got any footage of me tacking up, as you'll have seen, and that is because as I was about to tack up, the hunt came past. The actual hunt, all the dogs, the horns, everything literally rode through these fields and everything just went mental. I was literally clinging on to Harry, trying to stop him from taking off across the car park. So it was a bit of a wrestling match to get him in his tack and get him going. So then we got to the arena and he was just really tense. Coiled up like a spring. He went really wonky just because he wasn't using himself properly. Chomp, chomp, chomp at the bit. I got him back a little bit. Like, we managed to save it, I think. But it definitely wasn't our best test. I could just feel he was wonky in places and he had a little spook, which you've probably seen. But other than that, you know what? We've done it. We've done our first area festivals. He behaved himself. I didn't forget my test. So really, it was a good trip out. It's a shame that he got so tense before we started. But other than that, amazed. So happy with him. So the plan is now to go back to the box, untack, get loaded up, and I'm going to collect my test sheets, and then I'm heading home. And it's all done. Right, time to untack. This way. Good boy.
I think you went.
I think he went well, despite having the hunt come through just before we got on, and then getting to the warm-up ring and being really, really tense. So to go in and behave, relax for the most part, and me not forget my test, I think we did quite a good test. I'm just disappointed because I know that he went wonky, and I know he was tense, I know he had a spook, but other than that, I am happy with him.
So what do you think he got?
Because it's BD, I would, well, my first prediction would be about 63%. So I know BD will
what would you be happy with?
64, yeah. I said 65 when I was on the way here, but yeah.
Well, you got more than 65.
Right.
You got 66.74.
Really?
Yeah, you're in 5th at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
How many more is left to go? We're in 5th.
Like a million.
Oh.
So it's 17 people left, I think.
Right, okay. So it's probably still safe to set off home. That's pretty good going, though.
I would do the bits of admin and bits and pieces you've got to do and then see where you are.
Well, I want to go and collect my test sheet to find out.
Have you got any cash? You can leave an envelope and £2.
For my test sheet?
For you.
So we are home and safe. Just taking Harry's plaits out and he's all curly. Look how silly it looks. Show you funny fringe. Oh, he's got his perm on. Good boy. Yeah, so we are home and tired and Harry's ready to go to the field, but he did fabulous. Yeah, so we finished 12th out of 32 people, which for a little racehorse, I'm very proud of him. But yeah, we're absolutely exhausted, so I'm going to sign off here and say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, please comment, like, let me know what you thought of it. And if you want to see more, then please subscribe. Tomorrow we are out doing the show cross, so there'll be another vlog on that coming soon. And we shall see you next time. Bye guys.